This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Well, good Friday evening to you. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you for joining us tonight. It is forest fire season in Kentucky from October 1st to December 15th. And as WYMT Jade Saylor talked with local firefighters about how to prevent the fires and stay safe.
As we get less and less rain, fall forest fire season has arrived in the mountains of eastern Kentucky.
Humidity is lower during the day. The sunlight increases combustion.
The fires can start from debris burning, arson, people trying to kill their garden, and even can spread from bonfires.
A lot of times it's arson, but other times it'll be debris burning. In the fall and spring parts of the year, people are doing a lot of cleanup around their homes.
There is a statewide mandate that you are not allowed to burn anything between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. during the season. Viola Lewis, a firefighter in Wooten, Kentucky, says the best thing to do is use common sense.
Watch the weather. If the winds are blowing and it's high winds, do not burn at all, because the winds is going to pick that fire up and it's going to take it.
If you do not follow the rules, you are risking your life and others.
People's homes are in danger. They're endangering our lives, getting us out there trying to help save what they've got. They're endangering the forestry workers.
But if you do find yourself in a situation with a fire, don't panic and call for help before it spreads.
Don't wait. Don't try to fight it yourself. Just if you can't get it real quick with a water hose, call 911 and the Division of Forestry and the fire department will respond.
Once they begin, these fires can spread far and fast. Jade Saylor, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, you should remove any debris, firewood, and leaves from your yard during this time to protect your home if a fire is nearby.
And the weather is quite dry out there. We haven't seen measurable rainfall since last Saturday, and we have seen nothing but sunshine since then, along with low humidity levels. Outside, you see what we're talking about right now. I-75 at Mount Vernon. Blue sky, just a few high-level clouds there, but we're actually moving some of those out for a nice sunny evening out there. Clouds moving into Perry County. That's actually dropped our temperatures from the middle and upper 70s about 2 hours ago down into the low 70s now. You see that in several of our stations sitting at 70. You contrast that. You go out to Monticello, they're at 80. It's 79 in Jacksboro. We're talking about how dry it is outside. Those dew points in the low 50s and even some upper 40s. That means that we're dealing with very dry conditions outside, and consequently, I don't think any showers headed in our direction will really make it as we head into tonight. So as we finish out the forecast later on this weekend, we could see showers on the increase, and I'll have the details on that coming up in just a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Evan, thank you, sir. A Pike County school bus driver is urging people to get vaccinated after his sister died from complications from COVID-19. The Lexington Herald Leader reports Kimberly Williamson, who was an elementary substitute instructional assistant in the school system, lost her battle to the virus earlier this week. Now, she was a mother of two who is engaged to be married and had one grandchild and another one on the way. Her family said she had pre-existing autoimmune disorder, which could have made her more susceptible to catching COVID-19. Well, the Commonwealth's COVID-19 numbers continue to decline as the state nears 700,000 total cases. Governor Andy Beshear announced 4,118 new cases of COVID-19 today, increasing the statewide total to 695,474. There were 34 new deaths reported today as well. Now, this brings the death total to 8,804. The positivity rate is now under 10%. You can always find the latest COVID-19 information over on our website at WYMT.com. Well, we're still 2 years away from Kentucky's next gubernatorial election, but Governor Andy Beshear just made his run for re-election official. The governor has officially filed paperwork to be on the ballot in 2023. At a stop in Georgetown, Beshear expressed his vision for Kentucky.
That we can make a project like this successful. Bringing people together to fight this virus, but also generating more investment, more jobs.
Several Republicans are lining up to challenge the first-term governor. So far, State Auditor Mike Harmon is the only one to officially announce his candidacy. The Kentucky Republican Party has been critical of the governor's COVID-19 response throughout the pandemic. 2 Democrat state representatives have pre-filed a bill to secure safe and legal access to abortion here in the Commonwealth. Mary Lou Merzine and Lisa Wilner, both of whom serve Jefferson County, said it's in response to abortion challenges across the country, most notably in Texas. This legislation would ensure the right to abortion and preserve legal protections put in place by Supreme Court decisions like Roe versus Wade. A Southern Kentucky man is facing some serious charges. On Friday, Kentucky State Police announced the arrest of Joseph Stagg from Pulaski County following a child sexual abuse material investigation. The KSP Electronic Crimes Branch began an undercover internet crimes against children investigation after they say the suspect was found distributing explicit images of a minor online. After getting a warrant on Thursday, troopers searched a Somerset home and found devices they believe were used to share the images in question. Stagg was taken to Pulaski County Detention Center. A woman is recovering this midday after crews rescued her from the Red River Gorge. She was hiking near Rock Bridge yesterday afternoon when she hurt her ankle. Wolfe County Search and Rescue was able to track her down. The team says she was a good sport and even wanted to take a picture with them before heading to a hospital. Earlier this week, the team won a new Land Rover to help with future rescues. Well, a workforce in crisis, that's how the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce describes issues facing the Commonwealth. Now, a new report found more than 90,000 people need to go back to work to get Kentucky to pre-pandemic levels. Victor Puente breaks down what the chamber says are the biggest issues Kentucky's workforce is dealing with.
Even though Kentucky trailed the national average when it came to our workforce, we were making progress.
And we had actually gotten to 40th in the nation in terms of workforce participation rate, which is the number of able-bodied people ages 18 to 65 that are showing up into the workforce.
The president of the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce told us COVID derailed that plan. We're now 48th in the nation, only ahead of West Virginia and Mississippi.
It says we have a lot of people that have left the workforce that have not re-entered the workforce. So for an example, since March of 2020, we've had about 100,000 people leave the workforce and not come back.
A report they released today suggests the pandemic has only magnified issues that have existed for decades. They list multiple causes, including baby boomers retiring at an accelerated rate, a lack of access to child care, and the state's poor ranking when it comes to health. Diabetes alone is believed to reduce employment in Kentucky by 15,700 workers. But they say there are steps the state can take to reverse course. Those include making sure that financial aid programs are going to jobs that are in demand, ensuring people have access to treatment for substance abuse disorders, and avoiding legislation that could be seen as unwelcoming or intolerant. Watts said recent events show big companies can be enticed to come to Kentucky.
It is not a coincidence that there will now be 2 Ford plants on the I-65 corridor. It's not a coincidence that GM is located on the 65 corridor, or that UPS, or that Toyota and Amazon are on 75. If you build it, they will come.
In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Well, they also suggested increasing the gas tax to invest in infrastructure and more public transportation. On Tuesday, the Mountain football community lost one of its legends, Jim Matney. WYMT's Courtney Lane Brewer is live from Paintsville, where the Golden Eagles fly on.
Thanks, Dakota. A Friday night at Eagle Field is usually electric to watch a powerhouse team take on their opponent. But tonight, it's a little more somber as the Golden Eagles remember the man who built the powerhouse. The loss of head coach Jim Matney is a loss for the Mountains, starting at Johnson Central in 2004 with a 20-year resume of success. The legendary coach was responsible for 2 state titles, 3 runners-up, 6 region titles, but more than that, responsible for shaping the athletes of Johnson Central. Athletes that spent the night right here after losing their coach and play today in his honor. Now the team is set to honor Coach Matney in a ceremony prior to kickoff, but his legacy will be remembered all night and for every Friday night to come. I'll have more coming up in sports, but for now, from Johnson County, I'm Courtney Lane Brewer.
All right, Courtney, thank you so much. Well, you can get your March Madness tickets tonight. UK didn't host a camp out this year because of the pandemic, but tickets are still free. You can get them on Ticketmaster's website. You will pay a small service fee. The tickets on sale tonight at 8. You're limited to 4 per household. Madness is October 15th at Rupp Arena. It starts at 7. Masks are required. Well, we have a reminder for tomorrow's game at Kroger Field. The university wants fans to get to the stadium early. They're expecting a sellout crowd, and wait times can be reduced if you get to Kroger Field about an hour early. Kickoff is at 6. The game will be on ESPN. On Saturday, cyclists will be taking part in the Jenny Wiley Road Race and Rally in Floyd County. The event travels throughout parts of Floyd County like Oxier, Prestonsburg, and around Dewey Lake. With many cyclists on Floyd County roads at once, organizers are concerned with the safety of participants and want to remind others their presence and cyclist safety.
Some of them will be out there as long as 5 or 6 hours because they're doing a 100-mile ride. And we're having a race, which is 50 miles, and that'll take about 2.5 hours. We do have police and fire out there, marshaling the corners and the red lights, and safety personnel on the road.
The Jenny Wiley Road Race and Rally is scheduled to start at 9 a.m. at Pro Fitness Multisports in Prestonsburg.
And you may need to grab that jacket for the second half of tonight's games. I'll have the latest on how low we look to go coming up in your full forecast.
And still to come, we take you to an Eastern Kentucky festival serving as a replacement for the canceled Apple Days event.